Got it. Ugh, just got done eating, but yeah. So this is, I don't know if you want to call it like a WFSO reaction. You can do that. But the thing we're gonna do today, and I can see from the like 10 players being traded that it's a little bit of a change. So they got number one trending is Dalton Connect and Messi Kleber, and Giannis was from number one to number three. So yeah, this is in a little bit more crazy. But then again, it probably trending just because people just put it out there. Like they should like get this guy for this guy and stuff like that. So we're gonna do one of those three rumors that is out there. Which I'm thinking most likely some of it is gonna be false anyway. So this is just saying like let's see if certain situation works. So of course you're gonna be with the Bucks, for example. So yeah, sorry. So we got the Bucks. It's very close, like a little bit over, well, almost a month from now. It's like the NBA draft rounds one, then next day it's rounds two. Excuse me. Then I think June 30th is the free agencies that you can able to negotiate and talk to free agents. And I think majority of July, I think like mid and late July is the summer league. So I cannot wait for that. Excuse me, just needed something to clear my throat. So of course you heard about the rumors about one of the guys from here in Milwaukee. Talk about you should trade Mobley for Giannis, and everybody had a big reaction about that. It's like, what are you thinking? Which is true. It's like, what was he thinking? So one of the trade rumors that we're going to talk about today, we're going to do this like within the next maybe 5 hours before we do WFSO aftermath. One of them was, I'm surprised that this came up, and I'm like 50-50 on it. And I'm thinking like, even if they decide to do something like that, how's that gonna work? So you do something like oh wow, they are past the second apron. Wow. So let's see, let me look at the Suns, like who they, of course, Kevin Durant, got one season left. You got Bradley Beal, which was at one point Bucks tried to get, and unfortunately, declined. He didn't want to, and he declined it because some odd reason they said they was thinking to get him at the trade deadline, which I'm glad they didn't. Oh, excuse me. Then you got Devin Booker, which I think he ain't gonna go nowhere. But Grayson Allen, former Buck, maybe you want to bring him back because I think his shooting probably got a little bit better. But it was getting better when he was with the Bucks. But it kind of sucks that he got traded. Like I wasn't in favor of it, but I understand why. So that excuse me, that I understand. Then you got Royce O'Neal, which they did get at the trade deadline. Cody Martin. I'm sorry if I botched this name, but Vexy Midgets, probably botched the name, so I apologize. Okay, you got Nick Richards, who they got at the trade deadline. I think they got him from Charlotte. And Ryan Dunn, of course, on his rookie contract. And you got also Agaro from, play for Marquette and still under his rookie contract. And he can also, he can play the 4 or the 5, so they need a backup big. They kind of got it in him. So maybe it's like one of those things, they should at least, use their youth. But, that's just me. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna fully help them, but maybe there's something because just from the look of it, it's like who's on the active roster except for the two-way players? Like who can we trade? So like I said, we know we got the three guys like Bobby, Pat, and Kevin. They have until like close to the end of next month. I think it's like after the NBA draft to decide, if they want to keep their player option or not. So, hopefully, at least Bobby and Kevin Porter Jr. Keep their player option, and Pat most likely will keep his player option. So we kind of know that for a fact. Um, because if that's the case, I think it'll be him. And Dane will be the two oldest in the on the team. Especially, they got that 47 pick, and wherever they decide to do it, they want to get like a second round pick. They're gonna do like cash considerations or something like that. They could do that. So this is gonna be a little bit tricky. So like I said, Bucks got the 47 pick, and Phoenix got their the first round pick from Cleveland, and it's their second round pick this year from Denver. So and just look at like how they are right now. 2026. They had the Washington has the rights to swap if it's the better pick of the two. Which I'm saying that I don't. They're going to treat it like it's a swap, but I think most likely Washington will keep that pick, and they'll probably just in Phoenix will probably will just get the pick that where they land up if it's the highest. But then again, Phoenix didn't do too good this season. Well, kind of like the last month and a half for them. It was not that good for them. Let's see. Okay, they got a second round, which I know they can definitely keep with So good for them because at least they had that too. 2027 only like a first round pick. Utah, Cleveland, or Minnesota. So it probably would be Utah because if they do horrible like that time, then they probably will keep the pick. You know what I mean? But then again, there's some scenarios in that one. Like this one, Brooklyn, New York, or Washington will hold the right to swap with Phoenix if they want to in 2028. 2029, Houston holds the right to swap. Oh, they got two first round picks. Okay. So, whoever Utah, Cleveland, or Minnesota end up being, wherever their number will be at, there probably would be. But then again, see the days, Utah will receive the two most favorite of we get that of his 2029 first round pick. Cleveland first round pick and Minnesota's 2029 first round pick protected for selections 1 through 5. So this is got all these like scenarios like what's gonna be going on. But oh, excuse me. They don't have no 2031 either they traded it away or it got taken away because they're over their second apron. I'm not sure what. Yeah, there's certain rules with like teams that's in the second apron puts a either they can't trade their 2031 pick or they can't trade their 2032 picks away. So 2031 they do not have, and sooner or later they're probably going to work up like trying to get that. So they probably would need a 2031 pick. So what can we do to fix that problem? Okay, we'll just try to do like draft pick first. So give Suns the 2031 second round pick. let's see what will help for the Bucks, because y'all probably going to say I'm a little bit crazy for the trade I'm going to do, but it makes more sense in the end. And it seems like this probably be the only way that it will work. Um, Although it will take you know with them with a lot of money. Let's see, because I don't think you can get like yeah, I think that would probably work. Yeah, because I don't think they're gonna trade their second round pick. So who knows? It could be something. But at least they got like a at least a pick for. Sorry guys, I hate when this happens. So I'm glad they can actually have a pick for have a pick for like 2031. So we'll do that. And this is the thing. So one of the rumors were the Bucks trying to get like Kevin Durant. So I don't know how that's possible, and I don't know how is that going to work because of his age, but he can still play. And they just got that 1 year thing with him, so they won't be although with that one it seems like, oh wow, they be over the apron, but that's just you adding Kevin Durant in there. So let's trade Damian Lillard to the Suns. And it seems like the Bucks will be paying like a little bit more, but they'll be okay with that. And I know it doesn't help much for them to get out of the second apron, but if they decide trade some pieces, but the probably only piece they can probably do is, if they want to get out of there, would be maybe they can get rid of Grayson Allen or Royce O'Neal for like a maybe just for like some picks or something. They probably can do that because they do got some free agents that they need to think about too. I think Terrence Ross is one. And Tyrus Jones. They really need to sign him because they don't got a true point guard. And with Damian Lillard, although he's going to be out most of the season, they probably can do it with that. And oh, cool, Bo is free agent. So I think Phoenix will try to keep him, and they do have no bird rights to Bo. Would be good if they put him with Giannis. Like if he joined Giannis, that'd be good fit. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas did play for the Suns this year, and seems like it just wasn't enough. So yeah, it could be an opportunity. They probably will bring him back. With Jalen Bridges, okay, he's on a two-way, so that was the end of that. So with Ty Washington, I didn't see any games that they played where they use him. So, but then again, you can have like a backup point guard if you want to go that route, and go from there. Or they can easily trade like a team that may just trade a team that got a lot of cap space, like Kevin Durant, to a team with cap space. Phoenix can do that, and try to keep some of their players they want around and develop or whoever they get for their draft picks. Judoka Asabuki. Oh well, another center for them to sign. So it all depends what they doing. But right now, with them being in the apron totally, it's going to be hard for them to do. So